Ready? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sabreenspeaks. I am an author, poet, and educator originally from Pasadena, California. Rewind. Hello, everyone. My name is Sabreen Sudan Jolly. I am a poet, author, and educator originally from Pasadena, California. I grew up in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and I just recently moved to Brookly, New York from Atlanta, Georgia. In terms of getting paid to do it, 4 years.
4 years?
This is 2022. Yes, 4 years.
Is it out of passion or somebody?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's something that I've always been good at. I think the best quote that I've heard is that the thing that you do the best with the least amount of effort is your gift. And so this has been something that I can always lean into. I think now I'm learning how to be a little bit more vulnerable with it and really expand it in a way that I know could propel me into higher heights. So,
because from your introduction, right, you said you moved from California to New York.
Right.
Why New York?
Not from California to New York, but from Atlanta. So I grew up most of my life in the South. I grew up in Arkansas, so that's where I spent most of my life. And I just recently moved here from Atlanta, Georgia. One of the reasons why I moved from New York is number one, because I've always wanted to be here. And just being very candid, I felt like, well, right at this moment, I don't have children. I'm not married just yet. And so I felt like, it's not a better time than now. Then to, act on that desire to move there. I felt like I had done as much as I could in Atlanta, and it's so much more to do. I still travel back and forth there, and I perform, and I'm a part of a collective called VIP, which is Village Inspired Poets in Atlanta. So I'm always closely connected, but I felt like I needed to expand myself in a way as a writer and as a poet. So I felt like New York would possibly be the best place for me, especially because it's somewhere that most of the people that I've been inspired by have come from, have developed through, and so yeah.
Where can we find you?
You can follow me on all social medias at Sabreenspeaks, Sabreen Speaks. It's on YouTube. If you type in Sabreen Sudan Jolly on Google, all of that information will pop up. But,
you want to say something real quick about your book?
Yes. So this is my book called entitled Same Sky, Different Light. It's a book about perspective. I wrote this right before I graduated college in 2018. It's going to be rewritten or revised and re-released, and so I only have a small amount of copies because I've completely gotten rid of it in an effort to really develop it in the way that I wanted it to be developed in the first place. And so yes, you can find this online as well. But like I said, there's a very limited supply because it is going to be renewed and revised and put out. So
what's your advice for the young female?
So I would say find your voice. So many poets sound alike, and that's not by. I think that's mainly by design. It's a certain cadence, a certain walk, a certain vernacular that poets have, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing. But I would say within that, find your unique voice, find your unique sound. No poet is going to sound alike. Not everybody is going to like your stuff, no matter how dope you are. There's some amazing poets that I know. Teresa the Songbird, Queen Sheba, Georgia Me, Abyss, Red Storm. I can go on and on and on about all these amazing poets, but that doesn't mean that all of their voices are distinctively different, right? And everybody doesn't rock with their work, and they're acclaimed poets, right? And so I would say find your voice, stick with that, and continue to be open to develop, because it's a craft and it's a skill that you have to build, right? So it's not something that just is all the time. There's always room to grow, and I would just encourage you to just keep going. Luckily, we're in a field where it doesn't matter if you hit at 20 or you hit at 80, right? It's one of those ever-growing fields, unlike, the music industry or something to that effect. So that's the beauty of it. But find your voice, stick to it, and amplify it.
Where do you see yourself in a couple of years?
In a couple of years, I see myself an agent and writer. I see myself a full-time traveling poet, and I also see myself an educator as well. I'm currently an educator, and I never thought that I would ever teach, but for some reason, I keep being brought into that space. So I believe that poetry, writing, and children are somehow going to be merged into my life. And so definitely, that's where I see myself. I'm honestly very honored. I got an opportunity to connect with Derek Barnes, who is a children's book author of The Crown, and his illustrator, is a New York Times bestselling author. And when I saw that he was liking my stuff, I'm like, oh my God. So it's like that motivation. And so I see myself on that trajectory in terms of writing and speaking.
So let me officially welcome you to New York.
Thank you.
Welcome to New York.
Yes.
And I wish you the best.
Yes. I'm going to take a big old bite of this big apple.
You need to.
Yes.